Terror on the Tube.
Welcome to Terror on the Tube, where we watch and discuss horror and suspense made for TV movies from the 70s, 80s, and once again, the 1990s. I am Gilman Joel, and my co-hosts are, well, actually, an ever-expanding line of co-hosts are.
I know. We have a room on this screen.
I know. Pumpkinhead Peter.
Hey.
The Horror Unicorn, Alison.
At this point,
Yeah, there she is. And the returning, always lovely and always wonderful to be here. I'm not talking about you, Gareth. CMS, Catherine is here. Thank you so much. And we have a special returning guest as well. Video Tasties himself, Gareth.
Who made who?
Who made who indeed.
The wobbly pumpkin.
Yes. I am looking forward to everyone's take on Trucks. 1998, correct, Peter? Is this the 98?
97.
Is it 97? Wow. To be fair, there's a certain point in the later 90s where it all just blends together. And I don't even know what year it is anymore.
Well, for me, it was early 90s. A misty part there of the early 90s.
Okay. So 97 for Trucks. And do you, by chance, have a synopsis?
Well, just as usual, the summary that is not really maybe accurate.
Okay.
We've learned that. So let's see. This, which is interesting when this episode releases. This originally aired on Wednesday, October 29th, 1997 on the USA Network.
Okay.
This episode is scheduled to go out on the 28th, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, October. Well, you said November, right? So
October.
Oh, you said October. I think you said November. I'm sorry. Okay.
Did I say November? I said in my head. I said October.
Okay. But it doesn't really even matter. Yes, it's close. It's close.
Aliens arrive, parking in a geostationary orbit over Nevada. Using powers unknown to us, they declare war and use unmanned trucks as weapons. Let's see how many faults we can point out. Well, it depends on what version you watch.
Okay. I watched a version on YouTube.
And me.
Is that where everybody else watched it?
I watched it on Tubi.
No. Oh, I think I probably should have watched it on Tubi. Okay. Yeah. I'd be curious to know.
I thought it was a chemical spill that set it all off.
No. The whole reason we're doing this is because this episode ties into this year's, the 2025 Spooky Flicks Fest.
Yes.
Where now Gareth and you, Catherine, are first
time visitors to Spooky Flicks. So basically, Peter and I have been doing some variation of every October. We do a bunch of horror stuff every October since like 2011, right, Peter? We've been doing it.
15th year we're doing this.
Yes, every year. We've not missed a year yet. So this is so we have something going out every single day on the Mom and Pop Video Shop channel. And this episode will be coming out towards really close to Halloween. It's a couple days away as people are seeing this. And we did one variation of this Stephen King story, which was Maximum Overdrive. We covered that by the time people are seeing this. So everyone here, I assume, has seen Maximum Overdrive at some point in their lives. Everybody?
I don't think I have.
Catherine, how you've missed something so amazing.
Apparently. So, is it similar to this one? Because
it was directed by Stephen King. It's his one and only directing effort. And he has admitted to, let's just say, being highly under the influence during the entire production. that is not like something I'm not casting aspersions. That is, I think, out of his own mouth. And that it was not the greatest experience for him.
But the movie itself, I mean, you were not that kind to it, Joel.
I was a man alone on an island because because it's weird. It's one of those movies I remember watching quite a bit when I was younger and liking, but then as I've gotten older, I just found it more. I think what it is, I like this concept for King with Christine. Mm-hmm. With Christine, I love it. One car, it's kind of possessed. I know what the rules are. The problem I have with Maximum Overdrive, and I'm sure we'll get into with this movie as well. Yeah. Although in some ways, this movie I think had fewer problems for me that Maximum had, because it like mostly stayed in the car lane, whereas Maximum was like everything. ATMs are going off.
Overdrive is just
steamrollers,
makes no sense.
Electric knives.
Some cars.
Yeah, for some reason, gas pumps are able to like I don't even know what's happening. Although this one does have a weird similar like what the hell just happened moment with an inflatable suit.
And a little Tonka. We'll get into
there's
that.
So many things.
Oh, there's so many.
A little problematic.
Yeah. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Happen.
All right.
No, but Maximum Overdrive is just fun. It is just over the top, just fun and amazing. And AC/DC soundtrack.
Yeah, AC/DC did the music for it. So yeah, it's cool. So Gareth, before you run away, if we have you for another minute,
yep.
Had you seen Trucks before?
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh,
wow. Throwing down the gauntlet early. Okay. All right. So I'm sure we'll get to your thoughts and how much you loved it. Catherine, for you, had you seen this movie before?
I had not.
Okay. You and me both, sister.
Yeah.
Had your husband seen it before?
No. And we watched it together. Yeah.
Is he talking to you yet? Is he talking to you yet? Okay.
I said to him, I'm like, wait a minute. I took a bunch of notes and things. And I was like, yesterday I said, how did that movie end? And he goes, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I had to rewatch it just before the ending, just before we started.
I swear to you, I had to rewatch that ending 3 times.
No kidding. I mean, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Did anyone else read the short story before?
No, we're not as big
I know you
did,
Gareth.
We're not as big a nerd as you.
You saw me in the
I wish I had. I have questions.
It's only 10 pages, though. No excuses.
Really, you get no answers in the short story. You just dive into it. This is what happens, and then you leave.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is one of those.
Is a short story called Trucks?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's in the Night Shift collection.
It's about 5 minutes of the film.
Does it make more sense than either of the movies? That's what I want to know.
What's fun with if you read the short story and you've seen Trucks and you've seen Maximum Overdrive, if you kind of put those 3 together,
then it makes sense.
Well, I didn't say that exactly.
This is like when someone tells me, well, if you read the comic book, that explains
the
plot of this
entire
movie.
run of the comic.
The short story it's not supposed to make sense. It is bleak, super bleak. And the way I'm actually going to read the last page later on because it's quick, and that ending to is just the thoughts behind. Yeah, it's
and I think that in a weird way, because they tried to explain it Maximum, and they've tried to explain it in this one. I kind of think that's one of the problems. I think this works weirdly better just to leave it weird and like there's no rhyme or reason. Because think about it, if you were in that situation, you'd have no idea. No normal person would know what was going on. You just suddenly are in the middle. It's like Walking Dead when it starts. You don't know why what's happening is happening. It's just happening. So. Alison, had you seen Trucks before?
No, I was aware of it. I guess I never got around to it because I appreciate Maximum Overdrive for what it is, which is dumb fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was kind of thinking, there's a 90s version of this. I don't know if it's going to be that fun because a lot of 90s stuff was more serious and subdued. And I just thought, I don't know if I want a serious and subdued version of this story. Although I would say that we didn't entirely get that with this movie. So
no, we did not.
Lots to discuss.
So Peter, what about you? Had you seen it before?
Way back, I think it came because when it first appeared on tape over here, we thought, nah, what's this? So I don't think we rented it. I think I watched it on one of the movie channels over here.
Okay. So three of us are new to this one, relatively speaking. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I said, where does one even begin?
From the beginning.
Let's start at the start. So obviously it's based on the Stephen King short story. Brian Taggart is listed as the writer who wrote Of Unknown Origin, the Peter Weller, Shannon Tweed movie. I love that movie.
You covered that way back.
Yeah. The kid, if you guys remember that's the giant rat Peter Weller has to battle in his Brownstone movie. It's nuts. It's fun. It's cool. And Wanted Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer. Yeah, Rutger Hauer. So he did that one.
Fuck the bonus.
Interestingly, this at least on his writing credits, appears to be the last thing he wrote, which is I don't know why. I mean, no jokes. He did the New Kids. If you remember, that was the Sean Cunningham movie with Lori Loughlin, James Spader.
I always meant to watch that and I haven't yet.
You would dig it.
We covered that, didn't we?
Yes, we did a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's written several movies that I actually really like. Chris Thompson was the director. I'm not as familiar. Oh, he worked on like The Hitchhiker, the TV series, a lot of TV stuff.
Time Trap. Remember that one?
Yep. So, I mean, he did a lot of TV stuff. I will say this. I think from a directing and trying to see how to say this.
It's going to be one of those episodes, huh?
This movie has definite flaws, but
yes,
there was things in it that I thought were stronger than Maximum Overdrive in the way it was executed, if that makes sense.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it just like right at the bat, when the first truck, when we see it, it has like a personality. Where it's like spying on them. Catherine was in a spit take.
Oh my God. I laughed when the guy goes into the house or whatever.
Yes.
In the shower.
The truck. It's like a weird Psycho. It's like Psycho by way of Christine. Christine and Psycho merged together in that moment.
Oh my God. When we're allowed to give away all the stuff,
sure.
right?
So,
When the headlights hang in and it goes.
Yes.
It was like, ooh, this is good. I like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then the mirror, and it's like using its own mirror to like look around.
That too.
That's what I'm saying. Like having like a personality.
How? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really like that part.
And there was and I've always, one of my favorite subgenres is like highway horror, like The Hitcher and Joyride and Duel.
Yeah.
Spielberg's Duel, which is like a classic beyond classics. And
Breakdown.
Oh, I love Breakdown with Kurt Russell. Catherine Quinlan. And basically, though, I love those long shots of like just open highway, and I thought this movie did really well. Weirdly, Maximum Overdrive doesn't have nearly those kind of like landscape, panoramic.
It's
shots.
more centered on the Dixie Boy truck stop.
It's like a lot of close stuff, and it's almost like they didn't get enough coverage or something, so they had to like make it work. But this one, I thought he did a really good job with that. So actually, I'd say I'm trying to talk all the positives up first before. So I had personality. You had some interesting cinematography, as it were. Timothy Busfield, I'm actually a fan of. I think he's a great actor. I loved him. I was a little too young for 30-something when it was on. I remember my mom watching it and me being like, I knew him as Poindexter in Revenge of the Nerds. That's what I was.
I mean, he's been in Fields of Dreams.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's Grace, the TV movie, which we will get to, and Sneakers. We covered that way back with
Sneakers, the Robert Redford Sneakers.
Yeah.
Who is he in Sneakers?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay, I don't remember Sneakers. I love Sneakers. Okay, I will take your word for it.
I think he was in foreign FBI agent.
Oh, he's an agent. Oh, he was an agent. I think you're right. Gareth. I think Gareth is stepping away now.
He's skulking in the background there, talking out of And he was also in Striking Distance, the Bruce Willis one.
Oh, Bruce Willis. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, you know what, Catherine, let's kick it over to you since you actually were responsible and did homework. I took notes. I feel like this is the kind of movie you start taking notes on, then you're like, why bother? You set down the pen.
I mean, there was so much going. I mean, I really loved the opening. I thought it was great, and I was like, "Well, this is going to be fun." Because I laughed when the headlight sort of popped into its head.
Yes.
and then the rearview mirror thing. I thought, "Oh, this is going to be fun."
Yes.
And I feel like, I mean, then so I got confused because they talked a little bit about aliens and the whole description about the alien thing and they sort of mention it, the hippie guy is like all about aliens and all that other stuff, but in those two things, the trucks and the aliens, aliens were never even mentioned, just sort of as an aside. So that was kind of strange. So it was sort of like, there was no kind of explanation for these trucks coming alive. Although I kind of dug them. I kind of like dug the original truck that pulls out into the middle of the road for no reason. And, I kind of dug that, but then it just sort of was like, okay, great, but why?
Yeah. Yes.
And then, but of course, my favorite bit was the little remote-controlled plastic truck.
I actually brought my kids over. I was like, "You guys have got to see this part. You've got to see this."
Oh my God! It's like that thing's probably weigh like 3 ounces, and they're plastic.
Yeah, but it can take you out by beating your face in. So to answer, if I don't know if this helps, and Peter can correct me since he's actually read this story. In the Maximum Overdrive movie, it's explained that, and in fact, you'll appreciate this. It's actually a comet. So it's almost like Maximum Overdrive is happening in the same universe as the comet. Because
the Earth is in the tail of the comet.
Yeah, they're like in the tail of the comet, and we're stuck in it, and that's causing all electronics to go berserk and have like a mind of their own. And then it turns out that it's revealed at the end that there's like a giant mothership that they launched nukes from a Russian weather satellite, and they launched nukes at it because that's what was actually controlling. They basically were like using some kind of mind control, which is fine. But I've got to feel like you need to either don't let us know anything or make us know that from the jump. You know what I mean?
The big difference between Maximum Overdrive and the short story and this TV movie is that in Maximum Overdrive, they survive. They're in the comet of the tail. I don't remember how many. It's just, what was this? A couple of days or something?
Yeah, it was like it was a few days.
There's no ending.
No,
which is like a lot of the short stories in Night Shift. It's just
that's what Children of the Corn is in Night Shift, right?
Yeah. And The Mist.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
The short story.
No, The Mist is in Skeleton Crew, I thought.
Well, yeah, but it ends the same way. I mean, it's
very dark.
There's no ending. Yeah,
and I'm glad you brought up The Mist. If everybody's familiar with The Mist,
we will not have a rant, Joel.
No, I'm not going to rant about the Darabont movie.
Yeah, I was going to say we're familiar with your feelings about it.
And I don't know, Catherine, if you ever saw Frank Darabont's version of The Mist. It's a great movie, except the entire movie. And as a fellow parent, I feel like you will get this, right? The entire movie, Thomas Jane's character protects his son. The whole movie is like that's his thing. That's his goal is to keep that kid. The kid has asthma, right? So he's like trying to keep him alive. In the last 2 minutes of the movie, spoiler for the Mist. I'm just gonna say something really dark and bleak happens that he does to his own son to save him, and it's like it makes the entire movie, and then the revelation of like, oh, oopsie, turns out he didn't need to do that. I remember my kids were like really little at the time. I threw the box across the room. I was like, mother. I was so mad. I had like moral outrage.
There is a long version of this rant in the podcast years ago where Joel's head basically explodes.
But here's the thing. Now that I've had 3 teenagers all at the same time, I feel like I probably would watch that movie and have a different appreciation.
But again, the movie is great, but the short story for The Mist is written kind of like
like a journal.
A journal entry, and he leaves it in this motel room, and then they just...
It's very open-ended, like what's going to happen.
I love that.
But so I was going to say, with this movie and with Maximum Overdrive, it's a similar setup. You got people trapped, like a Night of the Living Dead thing, right? They're all trapped. Yeah. You've got the something from the outside coming in to they have to fight. And I will say the other thing that Maximum Overdrive has over this movie is Maximum Overdrive, the main truck, is it has the Green Goblin from the original Spider-Man comic book on the front of it. So it has like this personality, like it really does have like a face. Whereas this one, the main truck, I guess is supposed to be that big gray tanker that ends up blown up at the end.
The freezer thing. Yeah, but it's kind of, it's still menacing. It's big ass truck. Yeah,
it's a big truck, but it doesn't have it's not like the truck in Duel that had a personality. The one in Maximum, that was probably my only knock as far as the trucks go. But yeah, so Alison, here's the thing. I think I get usually the kind of TV movies you dig. Like there's a certain aesthetic and a certain
Killdozer.
I don't feel like she liked Killdozer.
So
was not a fan of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what was your Killdozer? What was your general take on this one? Because you thought Maximum Overdrive was fun.
So it was, when I watch these, especially because, I mean, we're doing this for Spooky Flicks Fest, so there's going to be a comparison to Maximum Overdrive. And as someone who's seen that movie a couple of times, it's impossible to not think about that while watching this.
Yeah.
And I try, when I kind of rank these in my head, I try to compare them as to other TV movies, not to other versions or something. But it was impossible for me to separate it. And there were things about it I liked and actually thought worked, like you said, worked slightly better. I thought the characters in this were a little less grating. Some of the characters in the Stephen King movie are just hard to watch. Like they're just a little like you. Spoilers, they live, most of them, and some of them are you kind of, not that you necessarily watch a movie because you want people to die, but you're like, I'd be okay if this character left at this point. And I mean, that voice, like I love it.
Look, Yeardley Smith is the voice of Lisa Simpson, and she's in Maximum Overdrive, and she's amazing as Lisa Simpson. When she tries to do this screechy Southern accent,
as soon as she turns up, I stop watching.
It's hard. It's hard. So that's a detractor for the movie, but for this, I didn't find any of the characters grating in that way, which was nice. Everybody seemed a little more subdued for the most part, but it was totally weird because it was like, seems like it was trying to take the story more seriously, but then it would just be injected with moments of just craziness, like
Trucker
like the
Bob
truck
and Trucker Steve,
and the truck, when the little toy truck attacks. It makes backing up sounds like it's a picture. It's so hard. I was alone. Drew had to work because Drew works evenings, and he wanted to join in for this, but it just didn't quite work out. And so I did make him watch a highlight reel when he got home. I was like, you need to see just like the main clips. And so when that happened, as an 80s kid, I was like, well, this would be a really messed up Tonka truck commercial. That's one of my thoughts. But also just the ridiculousness of it. And it's like this postman's like practically lying down for this kill. It's like, now I'm in the road. And I thought that maybe a bigger truck was going to get him, that like the little truck was going to like knock him off his
twist,
feet.
right?
That would have been good.
A little truck, and he gets run over by a massive truck as it comes through. That would have actually been. Yeah,
so like, truck conspiracy, and the little guy's in on it too. And then there's this scene with suits because they have like a hazmat team coming into the community. And interestingly, so it's been a while since I've seen Maximum Overdrive, but I got the impression that at Maximum Overdrive that the thing was happening globally, the phenomenon of the
comet.
And in this, it seems like it's concentrated to just an area, which because earlier this year I read, I read the Midwich Cuckoos, which is the story that the Village of the Damned is based on, and that's an isolated incident in a secluded community related to alien phenomena.
A lot better.
Like, that book is amazing, and like the movie versions are pretty good. But the book that's a really good novel. Anyway, so I just kept thinking about like, oh, well, this is kind of similar because it's a localized area. It almost seems like a test, like if it's alien involved, it's like, well, there's this isolated town, so we'll see what happens, and we do this stuff. So I was kind of front loading my own bits of other sci-fi, I guess, while I was watching this. But I don't know. I feel like as a TV movie, especially, I saw the USA logo on the version I watched, and I was like, those were some good times watching movies on the USA channel. My dad used to call it the splatter channel. He's like, oh, you're watching the Blood and Guts Network or whatever, because they always had genre stuff. For cable. I don't know. He'd say that to me when I was a kid. But I felt like as a TV movie, generally it works pretty well. I think if you've seen Maximum Overdrive, this one's going to maybe not be as exciting for you. I mean, there's no AC/DC soundtrack.
There's no AC/DC.
And there's not as much energy throughout parts of it. Yes. I mean, I kind of made the joke to Drew, and I feel like somebody on Letterboxd has probably already said that this version could have used just a little bit more cocaine. But it was the late 90s, so they weren't doing that.
Yeah. They were past that. I will say that, and I feel like, can we all agree on one thing, which is it's way too long. Like it's 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 97
minutes.
Or 97 or 93, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this could have been an easy 80.
I read somewhere, so I'm not sure if this is correct or anything, because I didn't watch the original USA Network on October, but I read somewhere that apparently it was shorter when it was shown on TV, and then when it was released on VHS or something, they added some scenes.
Yes, and several
like,
scenes.
for instance, the hazmat scene and the little Tonka truck.
And probably the electrician guy, because that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, because those scenes in particular seems like they're just they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah,
and they're gory. And they're gory. There's not a lot of that in the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Don't take it 100%. I don't know, so don't quote me on it. But I read somewhere that they apparently added some. That's why it's a bit longer. So it fit on
sense.
the
Well, otherwise, it might have just been boring. Just like
you had.
I mean, I can understand. I mean, crack me up about the toy truck with the brain matter. The close up of the brain matter. It was. They just went for it, man.
Yeah, they did.
Unapologetically.
Yeah.
Nobody in those kill scenes were connected to anyone else that we were following character-wise. So that makes sense that they were added in. Because the hazmat suit scene also made me laugh, but I was like, no, wait a minute. It's mostly trucks that are doing this. Mm-hmm. We've seen people get into a car. The car behaves normally. Yep. There's a motorcycle that hasn't killed anyone yet. So like, it was just... it was like, wait, but the hazmat suit is gonna fill with air, and that air is gonna magically animate it, and it's gonna pick up an axe. I mean, I love it, but
and with the motorcycle, I read somewhere too that it was apparently supposed to become sentient.
Okay,
and apparently, Logan, the son, was supposed to fall in love with the motorcycle. But
wait, what?
That's the one I wanted.
You had a fanfic site, Peter.
I read that, and that's because he loved that motorcycle. He wanted that, and then when it became, I don't know, it was
boy in his motorcycle.
It's the one we wanted to see.
Side story. Yeah, it was a trivia that they
That's
did
a
not.
different movie.
Yeah, it's
a different movie. Gareth hasn't got to tell us his love for trucks yet. Gareth.
Well, the poster lies. For a start, it's got a skeleton on fire driving the truck. So,
yes, that would have been awesome. False advertising.
Yeah, I thought, hang on, where is this happening?
Yeah.
That is Ghoulies.
Yeah. So Gareth, you said you had seen this before, unfortunately. I believe
I saw
words.
I think way back when, in the early days of the internet, I think, and then a few years ago again, for some reason, I think I watched Maximum Overdrive and Trucks in the same night just to compare.
Just to punish yourself?
Yeah, I think I did. Trucks last as well.
So what your general sense? I get you might not be the biggest fan. I'm just gathering that from.
It was all right.
Okay.
If I hadn't seen Maximum Overdrive, which is just crazy, I'd probably like this more.
Well, I want to posit this idea. I will say the other thing this thing does better, and I don't know if it's in line with the short story or not. I like that Timothy Busfield's and his son, the characters, that they are in charge of the gas station, and because that whole thing towards that builds to in the climax where the trucks want fuel, right? They want to be fed. So this is Catherine as the Maximum. Just so you understand, that scene happens also in that movie, but it weirdly happens almost like in the middle of the movie. It's not like a climactic moment. They just agreed to what it is. In that scenario, the kid figures out their horns are doing Morse code. And they're communicating with them in Morse code, which makes kind of sense in its own weird way. And so they end up like, they want fuel. That's what they want. So they agree to do it, give them fuel. But within the context of that movie, it just feels weirdly like, well, why would you like this one? It makes sense. They use it as a distraction.
Give it to them, right?
Just
keep running until they run.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's sort of like in this one, towards the end, when they're running to the helicopter, it's like, why don't you guys just run up that hill right there? I don't think that truck's going up that hill.
Yeah.
A lot of that. There's a lot of those kind of moments in this movie where you're like, couldn't you guys just do that?
You know, what was her name? June, the lady who ran up and ran along the ridge. That tow truck found her.
Yes, I did. Yes, I random tow truck.
I think there's an excuse in the book that they got bulldozers and stuff and jeeps and stuff that could get them anywhere in the world.
Okay, but see, that's at least established.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
But isn't it sort of like being chased by a zombie where the zombies are just kind of like limping along and somehow they catch you? I've always wondered about that.
I think with the key with zombies
bulldozer, I mean, you could probably at least outmaneuver it.
Yes.
Wait for it to get close and then just step out of the way.
And as we've established, unless it's Killdozer, in which case you're screwed. But I always feel like the zombie thing is it's about the numbers, right?
Yeah.
You get comfortable, like, oh, 1 or 2, I can kind of, but then suddenly before you know, because you got cocky, you're surrounded by like 80 of them, and then you're, you know,
the fun stops.
Yeah, the fun stuff.
Yeah. Especially.
Hang on. Let's get this. I'll just read the last page because that sets kind of the end tone. No. This is where they're starting to pump up the trucks.
Yes.
And the main character in the short story, he's narrating the story, but you never get his name.
No, there's no names at all, is there?
No, basically, I don't think so at all.
No, I think they do have the dilemma whether they should fill up the trucks or not. I think the same. We'll just leave them run out, but then
this is where they're starting to pump. Let's see, and he can't sleep. The girl is sleeping. She's sprawled over in the corner with her head on a tablecloth, and her face won't unknot itself, even in sleep. It's the timeless, ageless face of the war hag. Wow. I'm going to get her up pretty quick. It's twilight, and the counterman has been out there for 5 hours. They're taking shifts, like in Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Still, they keep coming. I look out through the wrecked window, and their headlights stretch for a mile or better, twinkling like yellow sapphires in the growing darkness. They must be backed up all the way to the turnpike, maybe further. The girl will have to take her turn. I can show her how. She'll say she can't, but she will. She wants to live. And then it comes again. You want to be their slaves, the counterman had said. That's what it'll come to. You want to spend the rest of your life changing oil filters every time one of the things blasts its horn. This is kind of like in the Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
We could run, maybe. It would be easy to make the drainage ditch now, the way they're stacked up. Run through the fields, through the marshy places where trucks would bog down like mastodons and go back into the caves. Drawing pictures in charcoal. This is the moon god. This is a tree. This is a max semi-overwhelming a hunter. Not even that. So much of the world is paved now. Even the playgrounds are paved. And for the fields and marshes and deep woods, there are tanks, half-tracks, flatbeds, equipped with lasers, masers, heat-seeking radar. And little by little, they can make it into the world they want. I can see great convoys of trucks filling the Okefenokee swamp with sand, the bulldozers ripping through the national parks and wildlands, grading the earth flat, stamping it into one great flat plain, and then the hot tub trucks arriving. But they're machines. No matter what's happened to them, what mass consciousness we've given them, they can't reproduce. In 50 or 60 years, they'll be rusting hulks with all menace gone out of them, moveless carcasses for free men to stone and spit at. And if I close my eyes, I can see the production line, and this is where it gets dark. And if I close my eyes, I can see the production lines in Detroit and Dearborn and Youngstown and Mackinac, new trucks being put together by blue collars who no longer even punch a clock, but only drop and are replaced. The counterman is staggering a little now. He's an old bastard too. I've got to wake the girl. 2 planes are leaving silver contrails etched across the darkening eastern horizon. I wish I could believe there are people in them. That's how the short story ends.
Well,
is it bleak or not?
Here's the thing. Within that, though, right? There's this idea, and obviously ties into like the world we live in now with AI. So this idea of machines and us becoming there's a lot thematically that's interesting to explore. That I kind of feel like neither movie really.
No, they don't really get into it, and then, I mean, you can't really, because even the short story, there's no explanation. This is the world we live in right now.
Yes.
Well, not right now, but in the short story.
Yeah.
We're not right there yet.
Gareth, were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say it's a late 70s book that was adapted in the mid 80s and then again in the late 90s. So we're due another version, I guess.
Oh, yes, we are. I think we should put our heads together and come up with the
the perfect
Let's
script.
see.
yeah.
Incorporating it.
Another one. I laughed out of that. Even I noted it when I watched the movie too, because I wrote down the TV turns on conveniently.
Oh yes.
And then I read somewhere online. Let's see, a TV set that shouldn't work but does, and only gets the exposition channel.
Yeah, the exposition. Well, and I will say that was an interesting TV too. It starts off like snow, and then it weirdly like dissolves or fades into the. You know what I mean? It's not like the snow is there and the picture's kind of hard to make out the whole time. No. It just kind of. It just fades away, and then it fades back.
It's like expedition time.
Yes, we actually. Yes. I don't even know where to go with this. Okay, I do want to address the ending because if we get through this whole thing, we don't. So here's the thing. So within the context of this story, in Maximum Overdrive, anything that was electronic and apparently things were just mechanical were able to come alive.
Yeah.
In this movie, though, since it's called Trucks, it was predominantly supposed to be the trucks, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, not even the cars, but
that's what I'm saying. Because there was cars they drove, the motorcycle they drove.
Even in the short story thing, it's just trucks.
So that at least gives the characters a pass. Why they might think the helicopter is safe at the end.
Yeah,
right. That at least gives them that pass, and then, but then that begs the question: but why the helicopter? Like I don't. I'm confused on that point.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that because you jump into you expect, well, you kind of expect and don't expect the father to sit there manning the helicopter.
Because the daughter's there, so presumably he was in it at some point.
If you look at her, she's just out of it. She's just gone. So apparently something's happened to her dad. But then when they get into it, and it kind of you kind of get a little bit of a callback to that whole alien thingy because it just swoops upwards and hang on tight, and we're going. So it's kind of like, what? Is this the end, or is there hope? Is it going to take is the helicopter the sentient machine that breaks with the other machine? Is this a good one, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2?
Yeah. All right, Catherine, what were you going to say? I feel like there's something that has to be said.
There's so many things going through my brain right now. Not the least of which, by the way, is I have so got to get rid of this background because I am like.
No, I love the brick.
Yeah, did you see the brick? I was
saw the brick.
playing around. Okay, I'm going to go back to the brick.
I was
playing around with
the StreamYard settings. Yeah, I was going to start singing. All in all, we're just another brick in
the wall. There you go. But so what I'll do for next time is I'm gonna create a horror themed background.
There you go.
Because this is just way too happy here.
Yeah. You need some more darkness.
Doing some stand up.
I need darkness. I need some downlight. Yes. Where was I going to go?
Helicopter nonsense.
So what happened? I forget what happened to the daughter that she all of a sudden. What happened to her just before that?
She was on the back. She went with her dad. Remember?
Right.
That's why I had to rewatch it. Yeah. I had to rewatch it 3 times because I couldn't figure out what happened to her either. And correct me if I'm wrong, Gareth, but she gets on the bike with her dad. She's like, "You're not going to leave me again. Fine, come with me."
They're going to the area 51,
right.
And they established they were going. He said he's going to get a helicopter. He's going to take one if he had to. Go to Area 51, get a helicopter. So that, and they were going to meet them at. So that was at least established. I got to give them credit. That was established.
Because I totally forgot that part of
the
it.
Fact that the fact that multiple people on this panel forgot that probably speaks to how clear it was, but it was established. And so
I didn't even see that. So yeah.
But here's
they saw the helicopter and they're like, "Yay! He's here with the helicopter."
Yes, and then she's in the back. So here's what you got to presume that he had to have started getting in the helicopter, flying it, because obviously she was in it. Then somehow he got ejected from the helicopter, because how would the helicopter have known to go get these people with the girl? You know what I'm saying? Like some point, like that's the only thing I was trying to wrap my brain around. It doesn't make any sense.
That's the one
I went online.
That's the one thing.
Listen, I went online and wrote Truckers 1996, 97. ending to see if anyone could explain.
And nobody,
what
right?
happened. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah. Because why does the helicopter save them from the truck if they're all on the same team?
Yeah. And then
I don't think the helicopter is saving them personally.
Well,
Exactly.
And we get a voice. So is that they talk? That's the other thing. Is like who's talking at the end?
The helicopter. Or alien. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the weird thing is there, like in the breakdown, it's so much about aliens, and there really was zero indication that the aliens had anything to do with it in my mind.
Nope.
But I was also thinking, I wonder if this was like, it was USA, but did they do series? Because it could have been like a pilot for a series.
Oh, it did
like Annihilator.
That was
supposed to be a pilot. That's why it was just sort of ended with this guy walking down a road.
That wouldn't be surprising to me now that you say that.
Yeah, they could have used that one. It's a Stephen King story too. Yeah, sure.
Because you also got that freeze frame. That was a very like 80s, 90s thing to do at the end, right? You get the freeze frame and then roll credits. So it wasn't it was left open-ended to where it's kind of a cliffhanger, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, wait, what? Scratching your head. It's and even because even the short story kind of makes sense. The ending that I just read, it's like there's no ending. They're just pumping the truck, and that's it.
Well, and I think this reinforces that point. Books and short stories are a different medium.
Yes,
and they can be internal, and they can they can describe things through metaphor and ways that let's be frank, movies are visual, and you got to kind of make it clear without smashing them over the head with Basil exposition.
We established, because last episode when we did The Face of Fear, and I've read the novel, and the novel was a lot better than the movie itself, which we established.
Yes, we were discussing, Catherine, we were discussing the fact, why can they not make a great not Stephen King, Dean Koontz adaptation? There have been a few that have been okay. That have been something I even like, but there's just never been like, King has like Shawshank Redemption and The Shining and It, and there's Misery, and Stand By Me. I mean, there's so many fantastic freaking Stephen King adaptations, but Dean Koontz, man, why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot of Koontz novels that are terrifying. Like I mentioned, when I read the first one, Whispers. No, not Whispers. It was the other one, Phantoms.
Oh, the
first one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Phantoms. Yeah.
They made a terrifying novel.
It's a fun movie. It's a goofy movie, but it's
Yes.
Is it a feature-length movie?
Phantoms. Yeah, they've actually Affleck's in it. Rose McGowan.
Okay.
I actually have it on Laserdisc. So
it's goofy. I will warn you now.
But the novel, on the other hand, is terrifying.
Well, and Watchers is a great Koontz novel, and the movie version has got Corey Haim in it, and it has a kind of a little bit to do with the book.
Nothing like the novel at all.
Yeah, it's nothing like the novel.
Yeah. Any of the 4 films have anything to do with the novel?
No, I think the second one with Mark Singer is the closest one to kind of being similar.
So kind of with this one is it's more, it fits the short story more than Maximum Overdrive did.
Yeah.
So and it's bleak. It's not a fun movie.
It actually does have a more bleak ending than Maximum Overdrive, interestingly enough, considering King directed that one. And also, I did mention this, Catherine, so Emilio Estevez is the star of Maximum Overdrive. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so you're right. So you think,
I feel like I might have seen it. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those movies you're going to be like partway through, but I remember this one. Yeah.
right, exactly.
It's one of those.
Yeah. But I would just say transcribing not a book into a movie is very, very tricky, and hitting it, like trying to keep it interesting for the audience with not too much exposition. I mean, if you try to make a movie out of a novel, it would be like, it would go on and on.
And on. Of course. You can't do it exactly. No.
One person has done it right.
Who?
Peter Jackson.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. Yeah. But even then, you had to leave a lot of stuff out, right?
I heard not so much with The Hobbit, though. I didn't see The Hobbit, but it was like That I love that book, but 3 movies.
Yeah, it was
for The
unnecessary.
Hobbit.
So
Right.
so Kathy, to your point, I always loved the Hitchcock way of dealing with that, because so many books that he adapted.
And
People,
most of
had
them
people
were
adapt
books,
for
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
It was they always kind of went in. He would find that sort of core through
Exactly.
line that was that he needed to capture, and then it was like 2 or 3 key sequences and scenes, and then throw everything else out. Because it's a totally different medium. If you try to be too adherent to that book, but you want to capture the spirit of it. I think that's the key. Capture the spirit of it, then you're onto something.
Yeah, absolutely. But it happens all the time. I mean, they may have even shot so much more.
Oh, yeah.
You get it into the editing room and you've got to narrow it down and try to.
Yep.
I mean, I've done movies where I'm like, you cut that? I mean, it seems like such a pivotal scene to me for the entire story.
Yeah.
And it's left on the cutting room floor, as they say.
Yeah.
And so it would be very, very difficult. But Hitchcock was brilliant at that.
Yeah.
I mean, he had it figured out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because if you look at the book Psycho and the movie Psycho, there's obviously similarities, but Norman, totally different. And but he's smart. He's like, we can't have Norman be what's described in that book. No one's going to want to watch that. You cast handsome, shy, vulnerable Anthony Perkins. You're golden. You don't, because the original character, I think, he was definitely way more in line with probably what you would have in your head as what Norman should be like. But he was genius with that. But I think that's the key. Is you find
the kernel you need to
a couple of key scenes or sequences that really drive it home and would capture an audience, and then you tell it visually because it's a visual medium. And so
I dreamt I went to Manderley again. The opening sentence to
Rebecca. See, I knew that, Peter. You didn't think I knew that, did you?
Nerds.
I've seen Rebecca.
Stop it, Gareth.
This isn't a punk club.
Yeah, we'll be true cinephiles.
Hang on. I actually found a connection to our lovely guest, Catherine.
Okay, Gareth?
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
no, not Gareth. Actually, to Jack Brazo, who plays Jack, the hippie guy.
Oh,
I love her surprising her with people she worked with.
It doesn't mean you work with him. It doesn't mean you have shared scenes, right?
Oh, that's true. You were in a project that was
Cafe Romeo.
Oh, Cafe Romeo. By the way, Cafe Romeo it was called. Yes, that was. So interestingly, at the end, I noticed that a good friend of mine who's a casting director in Canada was labeled as the Canadian casting director. And I was like messaging her. I said, I just watched Trucks. So they shot a bunch of this stuff in Canada, which explains he's probably a Canadian actor, obviously.
Yep.
How interesting. I wonder what they shot in Canada though, because it was so.
I saw that it's
California dusty.
Yeah, Manitoba. I think I saw the name. Yeah, it says Manitoba. I don't know what part that is.
No, my geography is a bit lax.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in southern Manitoba, because Manitoba is notoriously cold and kind of.
Yeah, it did look cold. And you're right. It looked much more desert-like. It definitely.
Yeah,
I thought it was in Arizona or New Mexico or something.
I thought it was New Mexico at least.
Yeah,
but it was.
I thought it was California.
Or California.
There's so many places around California just like that. Interesting. That's kind of interesting because I'm going to look him up and see what he played in Cafe Romeo, which was a Canadian thing.
He played the dean. Yeah, Jay Brazo. He played the dean.
Dean.
The dean. That's the correct project. Cafe Romeo.
Yeah.
I'm making 91. Was that sound right?
He has over 300 credits. He's been in a ton of great stuff. So.
I recognize he's very recognizable. Like the second you see him, like, oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because I started looking because he was in a lot of Christmas movies. That's where I kind of thought, hang on, I need to check this. So I need the connections, and then but it wasn't a Christmas movie. So
who needs 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon? We'll do like 2 degrees to Catherine Murray Stewart.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he looks familiar. That was a long time ago. The dean. I'm not sure. He could have been. I don't know.
You played Leah for what it's worth.
Mhm. Yeah, thanks. Actually, frankly, I didn't remember my name either. So
No.
it was a cute little movie, though. But I played this woman who was a fashion designer so I get married to this. It also involves like the Italian mob in Vancouver or something like that. And I get married to this guy who's abusive towards me. And I finally break up with him and pursue my career as a fashion designer. And maybe he was, I don't know, in some aspect in that part of it. I don't know. But I don't remember.
Is it a drama or more of a crime film? Or is it a drama?
It's a kind of a drama. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So trucks. Any other thoughts?
Trucks.
My kids did. I did show them the scene with the hazmat suit, the inflatable hazmat, and one of them just kept saying over and over again, "How's that even possible?"
Right.
And I'm like, "It isn't."
No.
Yeah.
How is a truck changing gears automatically then?
Yes, that was my. I was being nitpicky with Maximum Overdrive, but that was the thing that kind of bugged me with Maximum Overdrive was so much like there was mechanical things that it controlled. Like again, Christine is like possessed. You now know what by what you just know she's possessed, and it's like got a personality. She can rebuild herself. It's all established. We know what Christine is. The problem with this because there's so many different possibilities that you don't know the rules, and without knowing the rules, it's kind of hard to know how things are gonna transpire.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hazmat suit was pushing it.
That was pushing it just as
For a movie called Trucks.
Yeah, it's called Trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
It's like,
kind
what
of
are
buy
your
the Tonka
rules?
truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
The
you
Tonka
know.
truck, sure, like that's kind of cute in a weird, messed up way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like we don't need to know what the rules are of the story, but I feel like if you're writing a screenplay or adapting something, you should have rules for how the world works.
Yeah.
And that should
I
be
feel-
somewhat evident in how the story is told.
Yep.
I feel like, I think somebody else mentioned this, I feel like it was probably something they added because they thought it was really boring. You know, they little extra scenes.
They needed to juice it up in the second act.
Juice it up. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if that was even the Tonka truck and then the guy, on the high wire.
Oh, you're right.
Like,
No. I will bet. I would be willing to wager a hefty sum of money that you are absolutely right. That the scenes that were added in after they basically had the film done were the electric guy,
totally,
the Tonka, and the hazmat suit. Absolutely,
Yeah.
no doubt. And maybe even the opening. Maybe even that opening.
Yeah. Could
Yeah,
be.
but
Well, no, because they find him later.
Oh, that's
They
true.
find his
They do tie
body.
him back
So
in.
I
They
feel
do
like
tie-
I
they
feel
do
like
tie-
that was
Fair
that
point,
was
fair
planned.
point. Yeah, that does seem like it was
Clean
connected.
corpse.
You're right.
Because he was in the
I have a
I have this.
question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, has anybody seen the movie Rubber from like?
Oh, about the killer, the
15 years
tire,
ago?
about the
Nope.
tire.
Yeah,
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
The very beginning of this, there's a close-up shot of the antique truck when it's coming to life, and its tire starts to rotate back and forth, and that was immediately what I thought of because that movie is about a sentient tire, if you haven't seen it, that has telekinetic powers and decides to just start blowing things and people up with its tire sentience. Like it concentrates and it wiggles, and then
knows
things
exactly
blow up.
what it is.
Very low
Allison.
budget.
Yeah, but it
It's
knows
a
what
fun
it is,
movie.
and it's tongue in cheek, and it's meant to be
Isn't
as
it
wacky as
fun?
you think it is.
What
It is
people can
absurd. It's
come up with for
absurdist
movies.
art house comedy, I would say.
Yeah.
Like it came out
Yes.
in, I want to say it came out in like 2010, 2011.
Somewhere
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it was around that time.
I saw
Oh,
it
yeah,
in a
so
local
funny.
theater years ago when it came out because a friend of mine described it to me and he was like, "We're gonna go see this. Do you want to see this?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, I do." You know me well.
Shooting
Yeah.
the place in Duncan and Winnipeg.
Catherine, what were you going to say?
I was just going to mention, I think my favorite actor in this was this Aidan Devine guy. I think this is who it was because they all have different photos now, but he was, I think, the trucker with the really short shorts, and he had the most amazing, expressive face. I was so entertained by this guy. Of course, he dies at some point. I forget exactly, but I just remember looking at him and looking at my husband. And I'm like, I love this guy.
Was he the guy? I'm trying to remember. Was he one of the two that was in the
Yeah. They're
Okay.
Trucker Steve and no, Trucker Pete and Trucker
Bob. Trucker
Yeah.
He was
Bob.
Trucker Bob.
Trucker.
Okay.
I think this is the right guy. I just loved. He just was like, just
He was the one
going
with
for it.
the Molotov cocktails, drinking beer, and that was
Yeah.
I think so. Anyway, he entertained
Chewing
me
tobacco.
thoroughly, I have to say.
chewing gum.
Well,
Chewing gum.
That's them.
Was
Well,
he the
and
one that looked at the Hope character? It was so sexist also, but anyway, I didn't know that. I mean, it was hilarious whenever a girl showed up. A trucker would say, well, I pass through once a week.
oh yeah,
What do you say?
Keep going.
Yeah.
Driving or something. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I had so many things that came up in my mind to say to this guy. It's like, ew. But
Yeah.
it was still acceptable in those
Yeah.
days, I guess. I mean, I
Well, the
just
good news
learned-
is that would never happen in real life. That's
oh, never. Not in
that's
a
the
million
good
years.
news. That's the good news.
Unless there was more than one guy.
Yes.
Guys by themselves.
That's true.
They don't ever say
Yeah.
anything.
And if they
don't have
do,
to
you
talk.
might want to run because that probably is legitimately somebody you're in danger.
Psycho. 100%.
Yeah.
But guys in a group,
Guys
are always
showing out
like-
for their
they would
buddies,
do-
yes.
They would say something like
Yeah,
that for each other.
Yeah, but you're right. What guy, a lone wolf type of guy, and he actually run. I'd run.
But the other thing that cracked me up is he looked hurt. She was like, I would say, keep
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
Oh,
because
mean.
what? I mean, all the girls
them off
throw
for you?
themselves at me.
You're a mean lady.
I got a whole truck full of beef back here, lady. Come on.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
what
did
did
it-
that die? By the
Okay,
way?
did he get
Did
frozen?
anyone think
frozen?
he looked like? Oh, sorry. I think he got frozen.
Yeah.
I thought
They
he
locked
looked a
him
little
back
like
there.
Kevin
Frozen?
Spacey.
What's that?
That was weirding me out. I thought he
What?
looked a little like Kevin Spacey, the guy
really?
that ends up in the back of his own truck freezing to death.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was just
Yeah.
something about him, and then I
Yeah.
was like picturing him as like a creepy Kevin Spacey serial killer truck driver from like
Oh, really?
Seven or something.
Yeah. I honestly, but that's a great point. I don't know what happened to him. He got stuck back there, but they
No.
never.
Yeah,
and that's the
that's it.
same
I think
truck
he
that
froze.
Oh, I
to
know.
death.
I know what happened to him.
What?
Because he was
But
in
they
the
should-
truck when it blew up. No,
Oh,
he
yeah,
wasn't.
there you go.
No,
Goes up.
he wasn't because it dropped the trailer before he went. Oh, so he's still stuck in the
See,
trailer
this is
somewhere.
the
Frozen.
flaw.
Probably dead.
There's so many like
I'm going to assume he's dead.
yeah, there's so many pieces though where you got to try to
It's not
figure out
fair.
like, wait a minute. And if you have to think that hard on it, I feel like that's the part. It's like the Spielberg line about where they would say, "Oh, this doesn't look on the show." Like, if people are paying attention to that little mistake, then they are out of the moment of the scene.
Yeah.
If on your way home, you're thinking, "Wait a minute," that's fine. But in the
Right.
moment, you should be so engaged with what's happening, you
So
don't
you don't
care.
think about it.
You
You're
don't
not
care.
supposed to think.
Exactly. But the problem is this whole movie, we're all agreeing. We're like, wait a minute. What happened? Why? How did? huh?
Why? Who?
Why?
What? Where?
Yeah.
When?
Now, and again, at the end of the movie, fine. During the movie, that's a problem.
I'm sure just
Brenda,
cut the commercials and you'll be fine.
yes, that's true. We didn't have the benefit of the commercials. Brendan Fletcher played the son. He was in Freddy versus Jason.
Versus Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I recognized him from.
I didn't remember him from that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
the older brother. Is he the younger brother or the older brother? I can't remember.
whatever you say.
Yeah. They both look
He
the
was-
same because they're brothers, but yeah.
He was also in Airbud.
I don't remember those characters. I've seen that movie more than once, and I only really remember the female characters. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's one of the friends. I think.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
He's not the like stoner dude that
No, he's not the
has the
stoner
weird
guy.
bong
No.
thing
No,
happen
no,
or
no.
something, right? Okay.
He's a little bit
so-
more. He's more
Huh.
He's the
intense.
friend of the
He's more intense.
boyfriend of the girl.
Yeah.
They're the ones that go
Okay.
into the sleep hospital.
That is a great.
It's
It's like the main actress is Monica Keena, right?
Yes,
And then-
from
yeah.
Dawson's Creek. Yes. Yes, I know that. Judge
Yeah, I was
me.
going to say.
Judge me if you will. Also,
will.
he was in Violent Night, remember the Santa Claus, the Die Hard with Santa Claus movie that came out a couple years ago. David Harbour,
Yeah,
Beverly
yeah,
Oh, I
D'Angelo.
didn't see that.
Yeah, I liked it a lot because it's basically Die Hard with Santa Claus.
Okay.
Actually, the actors and actresses in this have. There's some good movies they've actually appeared in. So
I recognize the lead actress actually, Brenda.
Brenda Bacher, yeah.
Is it Bach or I don't know how you pronounce
she's
it.
in Hot Shots 2 and
L.A. Confidential.
Oh, LA Confidential. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Death
Oh,
Spa and Groom
Oh, she was in
Lake.
Hot Shots Part 2. I actually that's
Yeah.
might
She was
be
in
what I-
Death
I'm
Spa.
old.
Yeah, apparently.
Ah.
Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight is a good
There's
one.
something else I'm thinking of, but I can't.
But Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a fun one.
Oh, Under Siege 2. On the train.
Under the classic Under Siege 2.
What's with
Yes.
the snark?
I'm not being
Yeah, what is
snarky.
this? The man that knows Dawson's Creek.
It's a movie. It was fun.
Yes. So any other thoughts? Catherine, do you have any other final thing? I want to make sure we get to everything because I know everybody has so many thoughts about this movie.
I think I'm kind of done.
Okay, let me look at my
Wait, I wrote-
notes here.
Yeah.
I wrote down
A lot-
that is some black ass smoke.
Yeah, Catherine just wrote down what the hell, what the hell, what the hell.
Help me.
Yeah.
I did put very powerful toy truck beeps when it backs up.
It's safety conscious. It's
You
not-
can't do it.
Yeah. I love that. Right?
Yeah, that
You
was
know
funny.
mine.
I would have
I'm
done
sure
that.
it
If this
hurts.
had been my movie, I would have totally done that. I would have put a
I mean,
beep in
I'm
it.
sure it hurts if it kind of if it's thrown at you, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty positive it's not going to bring brain matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't
physics
get that much of a run up.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
The amount of mass of that particular device is not going to.
No, I think he would have had to back out of state and then really
Yeah.
going for it.
It's gonna
really
get
flat
I
state
don't
like
even think
Kansas.
that would work, you know?
No.
He wouldn't be able to build up enough. I mean, it was funny, but I
yes.
bet you any money it was out. At
See,
the
I
end.
will say there was a missed opportunity though with Peter. You were the one that said, or whoever, I can't remember who it was that said that if the truck had like been messing with the guy and then it backed up, like when he fell, like it could trip you and it caused him to fall, and then it backs up like it's going to hit him, and then he's like, "Ow!" and then it backs up again, and then a massive truck comes flying over top. That would have been funny.
That would have been,
that would've been
they're
a
in
good visual
cahoots, the
gag.
toy
Yeah,
truck and the
exactly.
big trucks.
That would have been a
Little
good
truck
visual gag.
sets it up for the kill.
Yes, that would have been funny. Missed
I
opportunity.
do kind of dig at the very end before when they're the helicopter shows up and they're running, and then the exploded truck shows up.
Yes. Yeah.
I dug that. I was like,
That was a good one.
that's pretty cool looking, I have to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, because it had more personality in that moment. It's like the dual truck. Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
skeletal, like it's
Yeah.
back from the dead.
Yeah.
And the exhaust pipe is kind of hanging off the end. It looked
exactly.
really scary. It was great. Except then it goes flying into the water,
It
and I
just
guess
lands.
that was
Yeah.
its demise.
That was
A puddle.
It's like, just lead them to water. Apparently, that's not good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
It's so funny too when you have a moment where it could be like a really cool, powerful, and then it's
And
the most
then
anticlimactic ending to the villain ever. You just right into a puddle. He's done. Yeah, that's
It's not even a big puddle.
they
Yes,
should have
it's
had
not,
him.
is it?
Was that Gareth?
It's not a big puddle at all, is it? It's just doesn't
No,
even
it's
go
just a
higher than a
tiny
wheel.
puddle.
No, it's like a little bit of water. You just pop right in the water. I feel like had he had that truck been blown up earlier and looked that way,
Yeah, like that driving around. That
that would have been
That would've been
scary. Like
cool,
at night, the light. That would have looked really
Oh
cool.
my God, that would have been funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
but
have been great.
that's the
I love playing
personality
Monday
comes
morning
through.
quarterback on like a
Oh,
30-year-old
we do
movie.
that all the time.
We do.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's like,
Whatever
what, if they
that
had just done this, it would have been so cool.
So much better.
Yeah. Call us.
It would have added a little more personality to it earlier on in the movie.
Yeah.
I also
I like the shots where you see the big grill, like kind of it's yeah.
One thing. Thank you for saying. I don't know why that reminded me. A proof that in some ways the trucks may be more smart as far as the script goes than the human characters. When the kids go down into the drain, the fact that they immediately move in, they dump the rock on the one, and then the other one puts the exhaust pipe up to gas them. Now, to be fair, they acted like it wasn't going to bother them at all. But as it turns out, I like that there is some motivation put it because I don't know how the guy figures this out, but that Timothy Busfield's character, Ray, right? Is his name Ray? I think it's Ray. Everyone goes,
time to be.
Yes.
Time to cheat. That Ray, that he puts two and two together, that they were trying to, the reason why they let his son live, there's like a reason given because they want him to know, like, we know it's important to you. but we need you to take care of us. You know what I mean? Like they're at least,
Right.
it wasn't, to be fair, it's a bit of a reach. But I at least feel like there's something there had they made it a little clearer. And I did like that they tried to back up to the pipe to force the kids out by doing that was smart. Like it actually was not like just random anarchy.
So I have a question about that though. I mean, he says, okay, here's our escape. You're going to go into this, the pipe, whatever it is. And well, in my mind, I'm thinking, you crawl through there and you get out the other end and all this other stuff. And it's like, there was no other end. It just
the other end was like 10 feet away. It was like a 10-foot pipe in the middle of the line.
But there was no...
in Maximum Overdrive, there is an escape through.
Yeah, that's true. It
actually goes somewhere.
It does.
So I thought,
why would you say, I know, go into this hole and just hang out there? It's like, what?
Liver's back.
Do like this, then they can't see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool when they were covering it up. But I mean, they were throwing a lot of rocks on that stuff, and they still didn't cover it. It was just a hole about 4.
Yes.
That were not even.
I didn't say it wasn't flawed.
I did like the concept, though.
At least there was some thought put into that. I feel like.
Yeah. And then the exhaust going in there, that was good too. But then after all that, they just kind of crawled out as though just crawl under the truck. Are you out of your ever-loving mind?
Exactly. But and again, they explain later, Ray he draws that conclusion. The reason why they let the kids live is because they wanted me, the person who could feed them, because he's, as he calls himself, a pump jockey, that he could give, which I mean, to be fair, anybody could have pumped to the gas, if we're being honest. But let's just go with it for a second. But here's the problem. In that moment, I don't think he knew that. So he was really rolling the dice with his kid's life.
He'll be fine.
Oh, and I also love the classic. I feel like a lot of movies from this era had this bit where the people from the city, they now live in the country. So of course, all the local people are like hillbillies to them. And then like the one girl says that to the kid, and he's like, "Wait, we're not hillbilly rednecks. We're from Detroit." Oh, you are. Okay, cool then. It's like, what? And I love that randomly the guy's wife died, I guess, in a drive-by or something. It was just so like the moment, like I mean, fine, okay, you lost your wife. I get that, that would make you more protective of your kid. I get all that, but it was such a random tragedy from their past that I was like, okay.
I don't know. It felt like I don't know. It
felt like a very 90s tragedy to tack on. Like, it was a drive-by. It's like, okay, sure.
So he does not allow guns.
Yeah, but
is that like, do you decide what other people is?
Well, there's that, and there's also the fact of, and I felt this way about Maximum Overdrive until they pull out like the missile launcher or whatever. Rifles and pistols, I feel like against a Mack truck, I don't. They're going to do that.
Tires is the best you're going to get, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a bow and arrow. Oh, look, there's a spaceship.
Yeah.
I actually thought when he said, because we have that line in this one in trucks, he says, well, my dad doesn't allow guns here. I immediately thought, well, Bubba did, because Bubba in Maximum Overdrive had an
arsenal.
With everything.
Yeah, a total arsenal.
So,
Gareth, any other thoughts about Maximum Overdrive?
I didn't have one thought about it. So not many.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No. Hang on. Did you say Maximum Overdrive?
Oh, did I say Maximum Overdrive? I meant trucks.
I was going to say Maximum Overdrive.
Right. What movie were we doing? Oh, yes, trucks. Yes, trucks.
But it might be there were 4 adaptations for Stephen King's work that year.
Okay. 97?
Yeah, Quicksilver Highway.
Oh, I've seen that. Christopher Lloyd's in that.
Yeah, that's Christopher Lloyd.
It's an anthology.
Yeah, The Shining, 6-hour version.
Oh, the Mick Garris version of The Shining. Okay,
I have that one.
And The Night Flyer.
Oh, I love The Night Flyer. And I'm gonna tear it out. I like all 3 of those. I am weird. I like.
Oh yeah, weird.
Mick Garris is The Shining. I like Mick Garris, so but I like his version of The Shining. Had Rebecca De Mornay in it. Steven Weber plays the Jack Torrance character. So it's
and again, it's a
not
version
Kubrick, okay, but
no, but it's the version that fits the novel better.
it did fit the novel better. Yeah.
Because The Shining, Kubrick's version of The Shining is a Kubrick movie.
Yeah. Yes.
Not a
Yeah.
Stephen King.
Well, please see our earlier conversation. If you get right down to it,
yeah.
you know, unless you do it as a mini series, which is what that was, like a 2 or 3 part or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, you have to condense it down to its essence. Now, I think the reason why King had a problem with Kubrick is because he was changing a lot of the meaning behind in his mind to you know what he intended, and I that's the whole thing. But
but I think he's kind of warmed up to what I've read
Over the
about
years?
it. I think he's kind of warmed up to it.
he
Yeah.
warmed up to the Stanley Kubrick adaptation.
Yeah, I mean it's a Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. It's not Stephen King's The Shining.
Yeah,
and I think
exactly.
after reading the book, finally, his issues with the movie made so much sense to me because he was putting a lot of himself and struggles that he was having into Jack Torrance.
It's a very
and
personal book. Yeah.
Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance is not sympathetic for 5 seconds.
No,
And in
not
the
even
book-
when he's nice.
Yeah.
In
There
the
you
book,
go.
the character goes through a transformation and
Yes.
he is constantly struggling, and he really actually does care about his family, but he's kind of a disturbed person dealing with intense addiction. And so you feel like this is a human being. And the first time I saw Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining, I was a teenager, and it was so cliche with the like, here's Johnny thing.
At
At
that point, you had already heard all of
yeah,
that.
I
The
remember
bad
being
one,
18 years old, sitting on my friend's couch just laughing. And I was like, I don't think this is intentionally supposed to be funny, but that and then the little kid talking with his,
not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
I saw The Shining when I was pretty young, and it traumatized me.
I love The Shining.
Yes. Same.
You know what? I'm looking through the contents here. This Night Shift. There's a lot. Most of these are actually been made into movies.
Oh.
Yes.
That is actually pretty cool.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Salem's Lot or Jerusalem's Lot.
Salem's
Graveyard
Lot.
Shift.
Yep.
The Mangler, which that is
That's a nutty movie. Robert Englund
trilogy.
and a killer. Was it like a kind of like a laundry press, right?
Yeah.
What is up with King and like being obsessed with
Listen,
an animate object?
when I read The Mangler the first time, it freaked me out. I was sitting at a friend's house. He was asleep. I was sitting there all by myself in that big empty house. Well, except for him being asleep, reading this and thinking I heard stuff outside. It is a freaky short story.
It's about a killer laundry press or something.
I know it works
it's
in
giant.
the short story. Now, let's see. And then we have The Mangler Battleground. They made that into a short in an anthology. Trucks, sometimes they come back.
Oh yeah.
The Ledge, The Lawnmower Man, Quitters Inc.
The Ledge and Quitters Inc. Or no, Quitters Inc. definitely was in Cat's Eye, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was.
the Ledge too, because
The Ledge, that's right,
yeah. Children of the Corn. The Woman in the Room, they did that too.
That was an anthology. Was that the one that Frank Darabont was on? I think he had done the other one.
Yeah, I think we talked about this way back in the Stephen King's Dollar Babies. I think in an episode. Yeah,
are you, Catherine? Are you familiar with the whole Dollar Babies thing that Stephen King did? I don't know if he does it anymore. He did do it.
He did, I think.
So he was actually pretty. He would actually allow like either independent filmmakers or student filmmakers pay him $1 to option one of his stories.
The story.
But the catch is you can adapt it, make it into a project, put it in film festivals, but you can't. It's like you can't make any money on it. Obviously,
you can't really say.
But it's a cool. Like you say,
that's a great idea.
I produced a Stephen King. Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does it anymore. I don't know that he does it anymore.
Very
But
cool.
he
I love that.
Yeah.
My husband's a huge Stephen King fan. I read his book about writing too.
On Writing is a great book.
On Writing is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dollar Babies, a lot of them, you think you can find them on YouTube because they were made into short stories. So we talked about a couple of them, Joel.
Yeah, if you just put in YouTube, Stephen King Dollar Baby adaptation or whatever, you'll find
There's some pretty cool ones.
Yeah. Actually, I would argue, I love the Linda Hamilton, Peter Horton, Children of the Corn movie. But
that short story.
They did a short film. Somebody did really low, but it's creepy.
I know.
It's legit creepy. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
All right, so then to wrap up this conversation about a film that is so honestly, I feel like we could have put so many more thoughts into just the metaphor, the symbolism,
Let's see.
the
How do we
use of
spell
leitmotif and no. Here's the thing. I think the big, if I have a beef, I think it was too long. And I think that it's already an absurd concept. And at least with Maximum Overdrive, and I do agree with you, Alison, though, I like the characters so much better in this. Like, as far as how they were so grating in Maximum Overdrive to me. But I just feel like I prefer, if you're going to have a killer inanimate object, it just to be one thing. It's a car. It's coming at you. Run away. You know, it's here are the rules. If I hit it and try to break
tire.
it's a sentient. It's one tire. It's not a bunch of other sentient things. It's just one tire. I get the rules, how they apply. It can make my head explode with its mind that it apparently has. But I'll go with the suspension of disbelief as such that I will go with it if I can be clear on the rules. Probably this concept, I feel like just so many possibilities of what could be going on that it just creates confusion. That's my take on it.
That's why it's fun. That's why it's fun having read the short story, watched this one, and Maximum Overdrive.
This Peter it's like a Marvel movie. I have to do way too much homework in order to enjoy the movie, and I do not want to have to watch 18 shows and 5 other movies in order to watch this movie.
Those movies,
I do.
Even though
I'm correct. Catherine, any other final thoughts about this amazing motion picture?
Amazing motion picture. Well, I agree with you. I think there should have been a more defined thread through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And kept it to, if it's going to be trucks, keep it to trucks, but have a purpose, have a reason, have a why. I feel like, and I think intentionally it was some sort of alien thing, and I think it's kind of cool if you did stick to just trucks, and then the helicopter comes along, and I think that might have been, I don't know, I sort of feel like that could have been kind of really jarring.
Yeah, like a little twist.
But there's no, I mean, the whole alien concept thing, it's completely and utterly lost. It's not in there. It just isn't. I mean, it's sort of hinted at, I guess, but.
Yeah, and they even bring in the kind of like the chemical spill in this one, that big billowing black cloud. They even talk about that maybe being, I was like, wait, but the trucks were sentient before that.
Yeah, that was sort of, it gave them an excuse to have the blow up the outfit.
And the hazmat suit.
Yeah, the hazmat suit, which was like just sort of out of the blue. And again, kind of took you away from the thread. Because I mean, honestly, there was some bits in there that I thought were pretty cool. And I loved the way it was shot.
Yep.
And I loved sort of exploring the personalities of the trucks, because some of them had real specific personalities, and then they're communicating.
Yeah,
but of course, I kind of dug that.
Mirrors, don't forget those.
I love the mirror. I thought it was hilarious.
It's like, did you see that? Oh, no.
Yeah. The one guy's like, what? What? He goes,
why does it have to move?
I wish there was more of that kind of exploring the character arc of each truck.
Well,
motivation.
To your point about like a through line, I think they bring up Area 51 multiple times.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that all you had to do was heavily imply there's some kind of experiment that went wrong
and make some
Area 51 that's causing this in this area to happen. It doesn't have to be global. It doesn't have to. It just this area, like right in our immediate vicinity. This is we've got to get. It's like Tremors, right? And Tremors is so great because it's a tiny town and these people that we actually love, right, are being dealing with these things, and they've got to get away. It's a very simple concept.
Yeah. But they really just never. I guess we were supposed to assume it, but it just never connected for me anyway.
Yeah. Gareth, any other final thoughts that you have, my friend?
2 thumbs down. What?
Okay. Alison?
What about you, Alison?
I think this movie has a lot of issues, but I think it's okay. I kind of appreciate it on a nostalgia for USA Network movies in that era. And I feel like this is what you get in the precursor to the Sci-Fi Channel becoming a thing with Sci-Fi Channel originals. So I feel like USA walked so Sci-Fi Channel could run. And I think it's fun to kind of, if you're into, nostalgic genre TV, I feel like this could be a fun watch. I think if you are a fan of Maximum Overdrive and you've seen it before, this is going to be disappointing It just doesn't, it drags, like everyone's been saying, that it could have been trimmed down. There's a lot of things that don't make sense. There's a lot of extraneous little plot threads that don't wrap up or relate to the through line story. And I think that's a problem. But if you're just looking for kind of a nostalgic TV movie that is sort of horror adjacent, I guess. I mean, it's kind of a horrific story, but I wouldn't, this isn't like, we've seen some TV movies that were like ghost stories or, proto slashers. And I think those work better than this. But I mean, it's a light, like half-hearted recommend, I guess. And I definitely would say if you haven't seen either movie and you're interested, maybe watch this one first and then watch Maximum Overdrive, because I think you'll enjoy both movies more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter, how about you, my friend?
Again, there are bits and pieces of it that works. The whole build up, and I like that. And where you see, and because it makes you want what's happening here with and I like the side view, the rear view mirrors. I don't know. There's one truck that even it kind of leans out and then turns.
Yeah.
And then, That's
And I was like, this is just amazing. Yeah, like
that's what I was talking about. I mean, they should have, instead of gone off on these extraneous sort of weird things to get people's attention, they should have really kind of dug into, I feel like, I don't know how, dug into the personalities of the trucks and really gotten specific with them.
Yeah, it just has I had 4 or 5 of just 4 or 5 of them, and they each, like you're saying, each has like one's a sports car, one's a muscle car, one's a semi. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like one's a tow truck. That would be great.
And really, so that there's something at stake with the trucks. Like, oh, that one does this and this one does that. And there may be some sort of a coalition amongst them. Okay, your job, truck, is to do, the whatever, this blasting, whatever. But it just kind of, as you see these trucks kind of spinning around in a circle for no reason, and it's like, okay, they don't seem even that worried about it.
And if the argument is they're just doing that until these people can figure out that they want gas, aren't they just wasting gas?
Yes. But again, to Catherine's point here, that kind of in Stephen King's first version, the Maximum Overdrive, you kind of have he brings in. There's a bulldozer. There's that little truck with the
the gun. He has a 50 caliber.
So he kind of brings in that and gives them a little bit of.
They do have more of a personality in that one. Yeah.
So, but you should do this because again, the build up to this with the silence and it driving up there and just waiting, and then all of a sudden it's in the middle of a park in the middle, and they walk out and check, and then they cut to, which is I love that the cutting, the editing at the start, where you see the big you see it's driving, they don't know it's coming, they're out examining. I was like, you kind of need to, and then they start. We need to push this out of the way. I was like, why? There's a big old truck coming that'll surely move that little truck when it just hits it. So that builds up a little bit of suspense, and then it kind of
tapers off.
Yeah. And what's with Brenda Bacchus acting in this one?
What do you mean?
She's usually a good actress. She's very subdued, very the way she delivers her lines is like.
Yes. Well, I also and I don't want to speak out of school here, but I oftentimes think, it also comes down to direction, shot choice, the editing. Like there's so many variables at play with that. Like I'm not saying it couldn't be, but the fact that she, like you said, she normally will give a stronger performance. I tend to lean toward.
He was in The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Which is great.
I love that show.
Yeah, with Bruce Campbell, and I think that often, and we don't know. Obviously, in the moment, the director might have said to her, like, "Hey, we want you to play the character like this," and so she trusts him and does it, and it's like,
when you get closer to the end of it, you kind of where she kind of opens up a little bit. It works. It's just at the beginning, it's like, what? Do you not like being there? It's like she moved back there for a reason. She felt safe, but she's kind of like, I really want to be here. It's like,
but to be fair, with all those creepy truck drivers she's apparently dealing with. I mean, if we're gonna be fair, yeah. So I would say. I mean, I'm not mad that I saw it.
No.
That's a glowing recommend for me.
If there was a VHS box, that would be the quote on the cover.
Oh yeah.
I'm not mad that I saw it.
Yeah, I'm not mad that I saw it.
I'm mad I'm talking about it. But...
Gareth's like, I could be in bed right now.
Wait, what was I coined this and back in Retro Movie Geek. I was not entirely disappointed by this movie.
Utter disappointment. Speaking of, I can't remember when you guys brought this up, but Catherine, there's a movie that you absolutely should check out. It's a TV movie from 1977 called it's another like horror highway kind of movie called Night Drive.
Oh, that's good.
Starring Valerie Harper.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
that one's good.
It is awesome. It's basically Duel. If you've ever seen Duel, Spielberg's first film, with Dennis Weaver. That if you haven't seen it, you've got to see that one. That one. That's like
Joel.
Yeah,
it's a TV movie, which means
we have to cover it at some point. We have to cover it because
there's another actually TV movie you I think you'll dig. It's more of like a ghost story from 1970 called Soul Survivor.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Plane.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not going to say anything more. So if you want to watch one that's with William Shatner,
I was thematically trying to tie.
I know. I just wanted to throw in,
but yeah,
Soul Survivor.
You're just going to give her the list.
Yeah, how about that?
Just send me the list for God's sake. I'll just work my way through it. Or you can put a little check.
This one's good.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this one will never talk to us again. This one.
These are the ones we watched. These are the ones you kind of don't have to watch.
Yeah. No, yeah. Night Drive. Yeah, Night Drive with Valerie Harper
was a good one. Yeah,
is a really surprising. I really love that one. But if you like breakdown and those kind of like you're out on a highway and there's like crazy person chasing the person, that kind of movie. Yeah. So on that note, then Gareth.
Yes.
Want to tell everybody where they can find you on the YouTubes?
Do you not want to choose, Joel?
Oh, wait, I got ahead of myself, Gareth. Sorry.
Because Alison,
I forgot what show I'm on.
Alison chose The Face of Fear, so it's your turn now, Joel. Number.
Don't let him choose.
Oh, well, this is a bonus, right? That's right. I forgot this was a kind of a bonus.
And we chose this one because it fit.
That's true.
The thematic.
All right. Well, do you want to let one of our guests choose?
Oh yeah, we kind of flubbed it with Gareth because he chose.
Oh, that's right. He chose Summer of Fear,
and we forgot to.
Sorry, Gareth.
Joel did.
I will tell you, and the worst part is Summer of Fear with Linda Blair is way better than Trucks.
Yeah, that was a good one. Did you watch that, Catherine? Summer of Fear with Linda Blair?
I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a Wes Craven movie. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was a good one.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so who would like to?
So should we let Gareth pick again since? No.
I'm not getting blamed.
Yeah, because Joel will blame you.
Oh, I will. Yeah, actually, so far everybody's picked good ones except for me. Well, I picked a couple good ones.
I've been
exactly.
harassed.
Okay, fine. I'll pick the next one. All right. All right. Number. I'm trying to go 1 through what is it?
Hang on.
60 something.
1 through.
That'd be rude.
It keeps changing.
76.
What?
Isn't it
Whoa.
70?
Surely not.
It's growing.
Oh my God.
Did you feed the list after midnight?
Yeah, really.
I think I've actually added one that I haven't added onto the list. But let's say 76. Yes.
Okay. 76 then.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. It's from 74. It's
76 is a great year, by the way, because I was born. But go ahead.
Great year.
This movie is from 1974. It's called Savages.
Ooh. Okay.
That sounds familiar.
I tend to like the 70s ones, I think, the best. Out of all the eras we cover, those are the ones that tend to be the ones I like.
I've seen the opening to this one.
Well, that was the heyday when there were less competing options and they were really putting money into
they were really trying. Yeah, they were really trying.
Okay.
So Savages 1974 will be our next one. I'm looking forward to that.
Let's see how much we can
Andy Griffith.
Oh.
Don't spoil it. I know nothing about it.
Nope. I think I know one of the leads. I'm not sure.
Well, considering that Gareth just said it.
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't even listening. I was reading.
So
It could be
Gareth.
the 72 one I'm looking at, actually. There we go.
Okay. So
There's many a
Gareth,
film called Savages.
where can they find you on the YouTubes as if they couldn't just look at your name?
Yeah.
Video Tasties. Go subscribe to Gareth. He's a great man with a great channel, and we love him.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And he tolerates me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I love the rom-coms you did, and Joel said, "I don't really know a lot about."
And then I ended up knowing more than Tyson. All right, so I like rom-coms. Judge me then. I was trying to pretend.
Too.
I was putting on a front. Catherine?
Yeah, Catherine Mary Stewart is basically my handle at all the social things. And IMDb, you can check that out.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right,
Don't have YouTube or TikTok yet. I
Yeah.
haven't done anything, but I'm thinking about it. You know?
Oh, there you go.
You should do YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm actually talking to a friend of mine about a podcast concept because there's not enough podcasts.
And there are definitely not. But here's the thing: I'm of the school of thought that just because people like them, and so there's nothing wrong with there being more, and the cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
I think you do great, and
Everybody
obviously
can find their niche.
yes, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
It's definitely a different niche, that's for sure. So
Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
So
Awesome.
we'll figure it out. See
Awesome.
what I might play around with
Intrigue.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alison.
Well, you can find me here, or
Yes.
you can listen to the podcast I used to do called The Haunted Davenport. And we are not planning to put out any new episodes anytime soon, but I will be posting a couple hours of compilations of Halloween music and other like sound effects. And every couple of years, I like to make some Halloween playlists. And so there are currently at thehaunteddavenport.com, there's hours 1 through 4 that you can find. And
We listened to the first one.
I did an hour 5. Oh, did you? That's my favorite one. The first hour is
The
my
Witches.
favorite. But and that's the one that scares you.
Yes.
Which makes me love it even more. But we're gonna it's basically music that we put out as a playlist. We broadcast it so that people can hear it in their cars when they go by our cemetery display. And then I just thought, back when we did the podcast, I'm like, well, I'll just share it online until somebody copyright complains.
Of course.
They're still there.
So it was awkward. Nobody cares. We don't have that much of a listenership. But so I will be adding hour 5, which I actually made a couple years ago and never released online. And then I'm working on hour 6 this year.
Cool.
So by the time this comes out, those should be available as the most recent post on thehaunteddavenport.com.
Nice.
Also, if you like looking at Halloween home decor props and just general things that relate to the season all year round, you can see that at Clark Memorial Gardens on Instagram. And if you're interested in my artwork in general, you can find me at Little Wing Fairy Art, and then all of the social medias, same name.
Very
So,
cool. Very cool.
Not
Thank you.
horror related, but
But
that's what I
still
do.
awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Peter.
Yes. I'm just here.
Never mind. That was all. I just wanted to say your name.
I know. Like yesterday it's not yesterday because we're recording this. People can go back and listen to the first live watch along we did.
Oh yeah.
Where I wasn't present, where you kind of because Garrett is going to be or has already been on because
That's
is
right.
so confusing.
As this airs, Gareth will hopefully have been on.
Yes, and you said you would accommodate him.
Yeah.
To maybe
you caught my
record it a
joke?
little earlier and said, yeah.
Sorry about
Not
that,
for
Peter.
this guy though, even though I'm even an hour.
Yeah, he's ahead of me.
I love Peter. He knows I love him.
Yeah, you love you.
Where can they find you, Peter? Besides here.
Here, Retro Movie Geek, talking to you guys, or go back to Retro Movie Geek. We release now when we're in Spooky Flicks Fest, we at least release a lot of episodes. Or you can go back and listen to and watch the old episodes, or read some of my reviews. They are up on the site, all of them, I think.
Cool.
So yeah, or
Awesome.
the socials, all of them.
Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
All right. Well, cool. I can be found here, of course, as well. A mom and pop video shop. This, if you're listening to this,
we're there too. So we maybe should.
Well, yeah. Well, I was gonna say it's because technically somebody could be just listening to this via their podcast, which we do with the audio version of this. But we're also you want to watch the visual. You can see that at Mom and Pop Video Shop. Check it out. Sure do like, share, and subscribe. I'm getting better about being one of those
Oh,
people.
gross.
And Jay the Dead's new horror movies. I am on that on occasion, and I feel like I'm forgetting something else.
Yeah, you have so many.
I don't
Not
know.
like Daryl though.
No, Daryl's got a gajillion. But anyway, so yes. And until next time, remember, when it's late at night, you can't sleep. You might find yourself flipping through the channels. And if you do, beware, because you never know when you just might stumble across terror on the tube.